That's my mother name.
What's up, guys? KDub175 back with another Pokemon Duel video, and this is Pokefodder's Gen 3 Tournament, the quarterfinals. Welcome back, guys. We are currently 1-0 against Mr. N from the N Clan, so this is going to be round 2 of the quarterfinals. If we can take this one home, we'll win. If we lose, it's going to go to a third match, and he's made some adjustments to his deck in between the last battle. He added an extra X speed. He added the Phantom Energy. It looks like he chose to run Blaziken as a standalone figure, not evolving from the Combusken. Now, a thing to note as well, we are going to be starting off with the Phantom Sphere as, you know, per our normal opening, and I'm assuming he's probably going to go with the Phantom Energy. But the thing to note is he does have 5 chain levels on his Sceptile, though he chose to put 3 of his chain levels into his Quick Attack. So, on a single Leaf Blade, you know, not even counting 1 to 3 of our Sableye that may or may not be on the field, we're going to win. If we both double spin a Leaf Blade attack, we will win. Even though he's got more chain levels, he put him into his Quick Attack. So, I definitely feel confident in challenging his Sceptile with my Sceptile. Now, he's going to be going into the center with that Shuppet, trying to set up the trap. I highly considered running Shuppet before my first matchup, but I decided to go with the 3 Sableye, and I have to tell you guys, I've been loving the 3 Sableye, and I always choose to put the Phantom Sphere on one of my Sableye that has the Confuse Ray leveled up. This Sableye with the Gold leveled up, and it's a chain level 10, all into Gold. I want to be more offensive. You know, this Rayquaza, I mean, if it lands Gold, we're done, but if we land our Gold, basically beating about 66% of his wheel, you know, his Break Energy and his 3-star Fly, the Blaziken if he hits the Cyclone Kick or the Jet Kick, his Sableye, his Kyogre on the Tidal Wave or the Break Energy, like, it's just a monster, guys. It's a monster. So, we are going to go with the X speed. Hopefully, we can land the Weak Spot Kick into one of his purple attacks. I'm just hoping to see a Will-O-Wisp, and he's going to land his Gold. We're going to get flat knocked out. You know, it's a risky attack, but an attack that I felt like I definitely had to go for. So, definitely wondering what he's going to do here. Okay, so he just chooses to come up 1 space, so I am definitely going to throw my Sableye right down on my entry point and see if he's going to try to come up and attack. I mean, we have our Sableye that has our chain levels and the Gold expanded, completely opposite of his Sableye. So not really sure how I feel about that, but I am going to go ahead and go with the Max Revive. Just, you know, I want to have some extra backup right now, because if we lose a couple of rolls, we could be in a really bad situation. I would love to see an attack. Yeah, I was going to say, I would have loved to see an attack come out of his Sceptile so we could stealth hit over and get a surround. But, you know, he's ranked up there pretty high. What is he? 3780. Okay, so, you know, Double Chance I felt like was a decent play. Oh, and he lands a Quick Attack. So as long as we land anything but our stealth hit 2 times in a row, that was pretty unlucky. But that was pretty unlucky for him to land that Quick Attack as well. But I have it set up to where he cannot stealth hit over me. So, you know, I felt like the attack was warranted, and I wanted to use a Double Chance for the fact that I could have hit my Quick Attack. Ooh, and he's going to land the Fly. That's pretty unlucky, and we had the Gold expanded. We should have got that knockout. Now, I am going to go up for this Shuppet, and though, guys, it's not going to be the best play, because even though his Rayquaza is 1 MP, he has Swap Spot. And if he plays that Swap Spot, our Sableye is going to get banished, and he's going to play the Swap Spot, and there goes our Sableye. And I'm supposed to be somewhat of a master of the Phantom Energy deck. I mean, I've only been running it for almost a quarter of the year, but definitely overlooked that, and we are going to at least get the knockout. I Double Chance because I didn't want to risk anything. It was kind of a wasted plate, but I didn't want to get burned. But, you know, he would have had to have hit miss. It was definitely probably a wasted plate, but, I mean, I didn't want to miss either. I just wanted to guarantee I had my opportunity to get my Blaziken evolved, so I definitely wanted to take that. And everybody knows that Combuskin can definitely land miss when it wants to. So I am going to try to hop over with my Sableye, try to get up next to that Kyogre, though I am a little bit worried about his Sableye coming in for the attack on mine. We have already exhausted our max revive, but our Kyogre is sitting at a 2 MP, so you know, if he wants to move in with that Sableye, we can definitely get a knockout by surrounding him. And we are going to get the Confuse Ray, so we are going to confuse that Kyogre. That's pretty good. Man, just like, you know, you do not want to make misplays like that. You know, I should have seen that coming with the swap spot, but, you know, sometimes you just, you know, you get something in your head, you don't even think twice about it, you just go ahead and make the play without really thinking about the consequence. And we are going to knock out that Rayquaza. Let's go. So now I think it's time for me to get my Kyogre out because his is confused. It's backed into a corner. It can't go anywhere. So, you know, giving him that 2 MP buff, I'm cool with. And if we get knocked out here, we are going to be able to take the goal. And we do get knocked out. He lands that Shadow Sneak into our Will-O-Wisp. So I definitely consider maybe going with a goal block, but I can goal block anytime that I want. I could go with the Blaziken, no problem. He's going to jump over on the other side and attack. He has good odds here. Woo! And we are going to pull off the Hydro Pump with that buff from the Primal Rage. Going to try our luck at knocking out his Kyogre, and we are going to get the knockout as well because we were able to confuse him. So I definitely want to keep pushing forward with the Sableye. Now I could definitely see him backing up with Blaziken. X-speeding with the Shuppet is really good call. Really good call. Now, I definitely want to hit gold here. Ooh, and we're going to land the Confuse, right? So, X-speed plays off. It would have been really nice for him to land his Will-O-Wisp. But, man, this has been a pretty exciting match so far. Cannot believe we let him get that banish, though. So, we are going to get rid of that Shuppet, letting him cycle Pokemon at this point. And this is kind of the problem when you don't have a hurdle jump and all the figures are congested into the center. It can just become an endless cycle. So you do have to try to find a way to get by. Jet Kick into his fly would be beautiful. That's what I want to see. And he's going to land the gold. Nothing we can do. That Rayquaza is a monster with that gold attack. And it is a 2 MP now. It's definitely a 2 MP, so he's going to press forward. And we're not looking good, guys. This is not looking good. He's, you know, I pretty much gave him the opportunity to go after our Kyogre, but he is going to risk getting surrounded if we hit dodge. He's not going to go for it. So I am going to attack this Sceptile. He hits the stealth hit. I guess it's better than me getting knocked out. Now, if I was him here, I would definitely take the entry point, and he does. Okay, so he's going to take the entry point. He is going to attack, so I'm hoping to land gold, and we do. But he is going to get the break energy, that plus 20 buff, so we're not able to beat it anymore. That Primal Rage is pretty much the death of us right now. We are down to 2 figures on the board. I'm going to press forward. I'm going to attack, hoping to get that stealth hit, and we do. I'm like, let's go. Let's go. Is the YOLO going to pay off, guys? Is the YOLO going to pay off? Okay, he's gonna pull the goal block on the Sableye. I go for it. I go for it. I'm hoping to get that knockout. Leaf Blade into the Shadow Sneak, and all we needed to do was land our Leaf Blade. We couldn't get it done. We couldn't get it done. He's gonna go after us. And we're gonna land a quick attack, but he also lands Jet Kick, so we both got pretty unlucky. I'm like, come on, let's get a knockout here. We weren't able to get it. And he's going to have a 2 MP Kyogre. And I'm just beating on this door. I'm just trying to beat on this door before he moves in with that Rayquaza. And he hits a miss like the RNG, but my Sableye hit miss all the time. You guys already know that. Sableye is prone to missing, especially when you need it to be like super clutch as a gold defender. So now, I'm hoping for something here. And he gets the Tidal Wave. A quick attack there would have been beautiful. That would have been game. because he already exhausted his gold block, and that Shuppet's not doing anything. That Shuppet has zero chance of knocking us out, so I'm kind of hoping that he goes defensive with the Shuppet, but he's like, screw this, I'm not leaving it up to RNG, I'm going to go after his Kyogre, and he is going to knock us out. So my only option is to come out with my Sableye and hope for the gold into purple, Shadow Sneak into his Fly, but he's going to land the gold, knock us out, and we are going to lose this round, guys. This is going to get us to 1-1. Moving on to a third and final match, winner takes all. The winner's going to move on to the semifinals, and the loser's going to go home with absolutely nothing. And I don't think we came this far to go home with absolutely nothing, so we are going to queue up the next matchup, guys. We will be right back. And we're back, guys. 1-1. It's the quarterfinals. This is going to be winner takes all. Hopefully it doesn't go to a turnover stalemate and have to go into a fourth match like our round 3 matchup against Xana. So yeah, it looks like he's got the same deck setup. Worked pretty good for him last time. So, like, I don't want to go home, guys. I don't want to go home. I want to move on to the semifinals. We've made it this far. Hopefully, we can just, you know, not make any more misplays, not get any more of our Sableye banished, and just play smart. We got to play smart. We have to play smart. So he's going to go with the Phantom Energy. Pretty standard. You guys already know how that's going to work. So I am going to come out defensive with the Sableye, with the Phantom Sphere. And yeah, just kind of, you know, have that in position to get on the goal. Okay, he's going to move into the center with the Shuppet. So, you know, I'm going to go ahead and go with the Combuskin. Now, it could be risky. He could have moved up, threatened game. I'm going to have to move somebody on the goal, and he can X-Speed twice in a row and get really lucky. And it could be pretty bad, but, you know, we can X-Speed with our Sceptile, and, you know, like, there's no way to lose, pretty much. So, I wasn't too worried about it. I like how we're set up. I honestly do. I don't mind my my Sceptile being up against the Blaziken either. I really don't. So, just trying to find out the best way to go about this. I want to go with my Sableye that I expanded the gold on, and he's not going to let that happen. He already seen that coming. When you're playing up against somebody that's 3,700 plus, you know, they're pretty aware of those entry point placements, trying to pass over, hop over in between you and another figure, trying to pick a better matchup, and he does not want that Blaziken going up against that Sableye. I don't blame him. I do not blame him at all. You know, he could X-Speed at any moment with that Sceptile into our Sableye, and there's not really much we can do. So I definitely make the decision to put my Sableye on my goal. I don't want to bring out my Kyogre because I don't want to let that Rayquaza get a 2 MP, and I don't want his Kyogre to have a 2 MP. You know, this Rayquaza is just scary. You know, and it's only a level 4, but it doesn't really matter. You know, with that Primal Rage, a 2 MP, that Rayquaza is completely insane. So I am going to put my Combuskin right out here, and I have every intention of going after that Rayquaza with my X-Speed. Because again, guys, like, as long as he doesn't land gold and we land our weak spot kick, we're going to win this matchup. So that's all I'm hoping for. Boom, there we go. He lands the Fly. We're going to land the weak spot kick. That is a gold, and we're going to get the evolution into our Blaziken 4-star Cyclone Kick. It's hitting for over 140 some damage. Yeah, it's a chain level 4, so we have 3 chain levels into the Flare Blitz, so that's a 143, and then we have 1 chain level into our Jet Kick, so that's going to be a 31. Though I have considered taking that chain level and putting it into the Flare Blitz for, you know, matchups like Rayquaza that's maybe going to have 3, 4 chain levels into it as well, maybe even 5 or 6. And, you know, with our Sableye, we can combat against that, and that Flare Blitz is going to be pretty nice for us. So definitely coming out with the Kyogre now that I got rid of his Rayquaza. Yeah, that Blaziken just looks awesome. And he's going to land his Flare Blitz, but we have a level 10 Sceptile, and we are going to land a double Leaf Blade. I'm like, let's go. So, you know, that I feel like it was kind of lucky. It was kind of lucky, but it was definitely possible. definitely possible. Like I said earlier, I did not mind that matchup with our Sceptile. I felt pretty good about it. You know, the fact that we weren't able to stealth it over and get a, you know, surround definitely eliminated some of our odds, but... And then he lands the break energy. Now, you know, that's pretty unlucky. That was pretty unlucky, I'm not going to lie. I felt like that Rayquaza should have had pretty good odds of beating our Kyogre. So that was definitely a nice roll. So now we have that entry point locked down. We have the Blaziken ready to take over the next entry point. And he's trying to threaten us around with his Shuppet. I see that. I'm like, okay, well, you go ahead and take this surround. You go ahead and take that surround, and then I'll just walk right onto the goal. Now, if he wants to come back over with his Sableye, no, that's going to be pretty tough for him. Okay, so he's going to go with Sceptile. I'm like, you know what? It's time to YOLO, boys. We are going to go with the double chance, and, you know, even if he spins a double Leaf Blade, like, we're going to be able to knock him out. And he just spins a single one. We are going to get that knockout. And, you know, I don't know how to feel about the fact that I don't have a figure that can move through that. Like, if only I had a Sableye up on that entry point. Like, you know, what could he do? What could he do? He's going to swap spot. He's going to swap spot. He's going to go with the Kyogre. Now, it took everything I had, guys, not to attack into that Kyogre. But, you know, the fact is he could have put his Shuppet back onto the goal, and I would not have been able to surround him still. So I wanted to back up. I wanted to take the entry point. You know, we have very good position at this point. So I'm a little bit nervous about this, and he hits a miss. Okay, now this RNG is getting pretty disgusting. I'm not even going to lie. But we're going to go over, I mean, you know, we're going to attack this Shuppet. Now, that was the most likely outcome. We did expand the gold. But just like that, guys, he lost every roll. Like, he did not get one favorable roll. He should have had much better odds than us of knocking out our Kyogre with his Rayquaza. And then when he just landed that miss, oh man, that felt so bad. He's going to X-Speed, and we're going to dodge. I mean, you know, this could go either way. I mean, he doesn't have great odds of being able to knock out our Kyogre. So now we are going to be moving up with our Sableye, and he's only got about one option. One option is to attack that Sableye. He's got to get rid of that Sableye. So he's going to exhaust his other X-Speed. And if he gets knocked out here, it's going to be GG. And he lands another miss. So I feel pretty bad. Mr. N just got completely screwed over by RNG. And I have no delusions about that. Like, I'm not trying to say that I'm better than Mr. N. Like, the first two matches, I think, were pretty good. The first two matches were pretty fair. You know, we won the first one. He won the second one. And this third match definitely seemed like it was starting out to be pretty fair. But then whenever his Rayquaza, you know, got knocked out by our Kyogre and his Sableye missed against our Kyogre, now I'm like, okay, that was pretty bad. But guys, we are going to move on to the semifinals, so, you know, we're moving on. So that's pretty good for us. Leave a like if you guys enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss my next video. Follow me on Twitter if you haven't already. And definitely keep a lookout for the semifinals. But until the next one, later guys.